Okay, so when it comes to finding events, there's three sources you're going to be able to call on. All three are pretty different. I'm going to break it down in a bit of a visual for you right now, where you're going to be able to search for them. But most importantly, you need to understand that finding events is a constant process. It's not like I've found the events now, I can stop searching for events, because events have a lifetime. They don't last forever. They get better, they get worse, they change. Organisers put more caterers in, they move the location, they move your location, all sorts of things happen. So for you to build an ongoing sustainable business, you can't just find a few events and think, all right, that's it, I'm done now, that's all I'm doing. You need to have a process for constantly finding events and then applying to them and validating them. Hope that makes sense. Anyway, we're going to dive into this visual now. Hopefully it'll explain to you the sources you're going to be able to call on to keep finding your events. All right, so there's three sources. Now, first one is the web. Second is the real world. Third, and most importantly, is your network. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever heard the saying, your network is your net worth. Well, it's 100% the case in the mobile catering industry. Reason being, and we'll get to this later in the program, in the validation section, but events you find on the internet or in the real world, we'll go into these, what this actually means, are nowhere near as reliable as the information you get from your network. Now think about that for a minute. If you're getting events from your network, it's essentially referrals. So you can gather information from your network about those events. So anyway, what does this look like? Basically, the internet, we've got Google. I'm sure you've tried this already. Food truck application, food truck festival, something. Anyway, point is, you know what to search on Google. Keep doing it. It works. It's not super consistent and it's time consuming, but it works. It will find you events. There's a lot of great events that come from Google. And also, the events that aren't as inundated yet are going to come from Google. So think about that as well. Next is socials. A lot of events are actually just on Facebook now. So, you can create an event on Facebook. Basically, you can search for events on there. Facebook events, a lot of multicultural events, a lot of, Facebook has a search function. So this is, and of course you can look at other vendors on socials as well. Be a bit cheeky, stalk them, find out where they're going, and this kind of ties into your network. Because if you know caterers that are doing well in your network, then guess what? If they've got information on their socials about where they're going, that's going to give you some good information about that event. Absolutely critical, that one. Now, of course, the real world is at events. So when you're at an event, you're going to talk to people. Again, your network. Super, super important, this one. Talking to people about other events. And people are not going to be super open about this stuff. It's very sensitive, critical information. But the more you can network, the more you can chat with people about, what other events they're doing, and don't be too nosy, but it's gonna help you gather information and events to be able to fill out your event scouter sheet. And the more packed your event scouter sheet can get, the more events you've got to apply for. And the more events that you can apply for, the more profitable events you're going to have. It's just a numbers game. So it all starts with finding events. Not at events. Now, what I mean by this is this is not a huge component of it, but when you're not at an event, if you're, just walking down the street, talking to someone, you might see an event on, you're not working at it, obviously. Keep an eye out, keep an ear out. It's going in the event scout. You need to check it out, suss it out, Google it, look into it. If it qualifies, great. If it doesn't, then don't worry about it. And lastly, and most importantly, network. So there's two components to your network. And to be honest, your network ties in with all of it. This whole business is about networking, getting to know people, chatting with them about events they're doing. And what you'll find is there's a bit of an unsaid code in the event catering world. If somebody tells you about some good events to do, they're going to expect the same as you. The relationship's got to be reciprocal, or otherwise you're just going to burn that relationship. And you don't want to do that because people talk in the business. So very important to treat your neighbours and your network really well. So who have we got in our network? Well, there's two components to the network. Event managers. Now, the way you can find events from event managers or markets managers, you can ask them, build a relationship with them, get to know them, chat with them, and you can ask them, have you got any other work? Any other events coming up? Be a little bit pushy, like you've got to be the salesman. You've got to find out what they've got on. And a lot of the time they'll say, oh, not much. And you just say, oh, anything in particular? Oh, we've got XYZ coming up and then something next month. You go, oh, okay, cool. Don't push it. But go home, write it down, check it out, put it on your scour list. And then you might email them and say, hey, I was just looking into an event where we're free that weekend. What do you think? Can we make an appearance there? And that's all you've got to do. So you can really get a lot of events through networking with event managers. And generally it comes down to ask them or they ask you. So if you've got a really good relationship with event managers, which as your business grows, if you're doing things right, you undoubtedly will have some great relationships with catering managers. They'll send you an email with events they've got coming up because it makes it easier for them if they've got a good network and they know good people that are going to do their job well. They're going to reach out to you guys and say, hey, we've got these events. Who wants to express their interest? So, yeah, critical way I can do it. And of course the other one, this is my favorite of all of them. This is where most of the information comes from, but you have to tread very lightly. Other caterers. And you've got to persevere. You've got to ask them, and you've got to tread lightly. Like I said, respect the unwritten code. Don't push too heavily. Don't be like, oh, what's your whole calendar? What's coming up for you? How much money did you make there? Because people aren't going to like that. It doesn't work like that. You just mention what do you got coming up? And as you get more experience, then you are doing a lot of events. You'll have every second person coming up to you. Oh, so what do you got coming up? What are you doing for the rest of the month? Because they want to know. Because they know the events that you do are good. If you're everywhere, you're going to be able to pick and choose. So absolutely critical. The events that you find from other caterers are going to be much more reliable than anything else, including event managers, because it's not in their interest for you to make money. They should take it. They should make it a preference, but unfortunately, they just need the event catered for. It's not in other caterers' interest for you to make money, but it's in their interest for them to make money. So if they've done the event and they're consistently doing it, you know that that's going to be a good event. Anyway, guys, that's all about finding events for now. Hope that all makes sense. And yeah, we'll go through the event scouter process and spreadsheet in the next video. And we'll show you how to start entering in events from where you find them, through either internet, real world, or network.